I'm Tyler Ochoa. I'm a professor of law at Santa Clara University, and I teach classes in copyright and trademark law.
I have a law degree and 2 masters in philosophy, so I'm working for the doctorate. I think there is a complexity here that needs to be taken into account. We want to encourage people to make music.
Copyright has always evolved in relation to new technology. Copyright originally evolved because of the invention of the printing press. Right? The European monarchs wanted to control the printing press and what was being printed by various people.
It certainly kind of is scary in a sense, of Big Brother-ish.
Before you had copyright, you had to copy documents by hand. And there wasn't any question about ownership of the content of those documents. If you paid to have it copied, you owned that copy. It's only with the advent of mass reproduction that we have an economic problem, which is that the person who publishes the work can't cover all of their costs and pay something to the author, because other people who can copy the work can copy it more cheaply than it's initially published when they don't have to pay the author. So we evolved the notion of copyright, which says that the author can assign to the publisher an exclusive right to print the work for a certain period of time, so that the producer can charge higher than normal profits and compensate the author for having created the work in the first place.
You don't own it. You just have possession of it for a time, right? For example, copyright's 75 years if I remember correctly, and patents are 17 years or something.
Copyright is an economic reward to give the author and the producer an economic incentive to create and produce the work in the first place. And it's only supposed to last for a limited period of time.
Of course, the way you protect art is going to change because the modes by which art can be disseminated change. Because you have, say, ways of doing it electronically.
Control of technology is ultimately futile. Right? That's what the European monarchs did when the printing press was invented. Right? They tried to say no one could operate a printing press without our permission. And they managed to hold on to that for a couple hundred years, but ultimately that system collapses. Right? You can't control what technology does. The creative community has to adapt to the new technology. Laws that try to hold technology companies liable for what users are doing ultimately are going to fail.